Hello, everybody. Excuse me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Team Grothendieck weekly status meeting. Today is Tuesday, October 24. Our continuing odyssey to get the Daedalus wallet integrated and fix up our Mantis client to get a second release out continues. So we've had a pretty strong update today on Daedalus. The guys are working away on it. They couldn't make it here today, but we did speak earlier. And so basically we now have a list of things that we need to address in order to help them continue the integration. So just briefly, the delete account is one that doesn't exist in any of the standards that we are aware of. And then there's some testing, so we need to set up maybe some local nodes that allow them to do a reset in order to that they can run their acceptance tests, and then possibly a block explorer. And then the most interesting one is probably to list the transactions that are associated with an account. So what we won't do is comb the entire blockchain and try and decipher every transaction that's associated with an account. But what we will do is maybe go n blocks back and try and figure out which transactions have affected a particular account. So that's going to feed into our workflow for the next week. I don't think there's an enormous amount of work in it, but so yeah, we should get it done over the week, and then we'll come back and see what else is left. So meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, we've been working away on both test and some new functionality. So Conrad, you're first in the row. Can you tell us what you've been up to for the last week?
Hi. Last week I was focused on handling new block hashes messages in our client. It's currently in PR review and waiting for reviews. I also did some pull request reviews last week, and that was all.
Okay, so code review and the new block hashes. And the new block hashes, I had a question about that actually. The new block hashes are what we send to clients that we think do not have a block as late as ours. Is that right?
Yes. We send them, but now we will be receiving them also.
Okay, so when we actually I mean, the way that we disperse new blocks is based on this. Is this the message that does that?
Actually, there are two kinds of messages that disperse the blocks. One is new block message, which sends to full block to around not to all connected clients, but I don't remember, but part of them, and new block hash messages go to all clients. So it's more popular, as I would say.
Okay. Okay, and so then do we fire those off when to clients that are not fully synchronized?
Yes, to clients that don't have knowledge about this newest block, I would say, about the block they don't know.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Conrad. Łukasz.
Hi, everyone. Last week, I finished working on the remaining parts of proof of work validation. The pull request is still open. It has one approved. It awaits another one. And this week, I focused on implementing the mining. So that involves generating the full DAG file and the actual mining algorithm.
Okay. So the mining is going to be useful for, I guess, for anyone listening, so that you don't, I guess, have to plug in a miner for private networks to allow them to close blocks, right?
Yes, it's a nice feature, and it's really easy to implement once we have the ETH implemented.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Łukasz. Nico.
Hey guys, so last week I mean mostly after we finished looking with Alan regarding the problems with the missing MPT node, I started looking into the Daedalus installer that I had previously started working on. I already made the necessary changes to it so as to make it work on the Windows. This enables us to install, well, so far it enables us to install the Mantis client on a Windows machine. The Daedalus wallet is not yet started, as there's still work to be done regarding connecting the Mantis client with the Daedalus wallet. And after finishing that, I started working on making the Mac version of the installer work, and I'm still working on that.
Okay, so the installer now, just for anyone listening, is not the full installer. It's just in terms of there was some fanciness to the full Daedalus installer that had some process monitoring, which we haven't done. But really, what we're doing is just to figure out that we can actually create an installer for both Windows and Mac OS. So the Mac OS one is still in progress, right?
Yes, that's right. I just started working on it yesterday. So I'm setting up the environment and first running the Daedalus version without removing the Cardano node, and after that I'll start taking a look into the required changes.
All right. Okay, thanks, Nico. Radek, tell us about the last week, please.
So last week we concluded work on the new feature refactoring the block import, which was a refactoring in how we sync, how we do regular sync. It enabled us to run blockchain tests. I mean, more of them. And also EIP 684 was merged today, and both those features enabled us to run the full suite of blockchain tests, except of course for the ones pertaining to Metropolis network, which we don't support yet. However, the block import stuff, it wasn't fully finished in that some aspects of validation on importing blocks were put aside, and I'm working on them now. New challenges and complexities are being discovered. Well, if I'm to go into a bit of detail, it's for one, we were considering whether to accept broadcasted blocks without a known parent. We could do that, but for now we decided it would be easier to not do that. But still, even if we don't, there is some new complexities with validation of OMERs on the side chain. So that's it anyway. Hopefully we'll get those complexities and problems resolved soon.
Okay, so I guess we have that large PR. We did finally get it merged last week, but I mean, I guess some of the fallout tasks. Well, the fallout task was just in terms of validation. So, I mean, we're pretty close to being there. Is that in terms of that large chunk of work? That's fair, right?
Yes. It's the question of whether we want to maybe do a little bit better to improve our code, but then again, so that's what I mean by picking an easy solution for now for the validation. Mm-hmm. That there's a more complex one, but then again, I'm not sure yet if we have a lot to gain from implementing it.
Yeah, and it's rapidly approaching the time where we need to go back and do a full regression test of all of the new changes that we've sorted out. So that's going to be coming up quite soon. I don't think there's going to be. We'll be talking about being code complete, and then starting our regression test, I think. But obviously, we still have that external dependency on the dataless wallet, and actually, we should be able to get a demonstration of that dataless wallet for next week's meeting. So we'll be able to actually see some of the pretty screens and the functionality that the guys have been working on next week. So that should be interesting. Okay, I don't think I have any further updates on the timeline this week, other than to say we're still not too far from shore in that we have a couple of PRs open, and then we can do our regression tests. So we can always we're not too far basically from attempting to produce a release. Assuming, of course, that all our testing goes as well as it has done up till now. Okay, I think that's everything for today. Is anyone any questions on any of that? No. Okay, thanks very much, guys. Talk to you online. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.